Oh, there we go. And we are live. Wow. So this is a little experiment. I am sitting here on my patio here. You can see behind me the fanfare of a pool and such. And I'm using a new tool called Restream.io, absolute experiment to a Facebook Live. But that aside, today I want to talk to you about a little thing that so many people who are experiencing success run into as a roadblock that sabotages them from actually being more successful. And that is this: deserving. Do I deserve awesome things? Do I deserve the things that I'm getting? Do I deserve to be happy? Do I deserve to be wealthy? Do I deserve to have a great relationship? So many times we get to a place where our mindset is such that we are in a place of lack or a place of limiting beliefs, because at some point in time in our life or our history, we grew up with poverty. We grew up with divorce. We grew up with bad situations. And some way, somehow, we've allowed that to imprint an identity about who we are and what we deserve. Let me get rid of my sunglasses here. And as a result, so many times when we actually have good things happen to us, in our mind, we're like, do I actually deserve this? Like, it could be awesome stuff. It could be amazing stuff. But in your mind, you're thinking, I don't deserve this. I'm not good enough for this. This is not the kind of caliber of human being that I am. And as such, you'll make choices or you'll make decisions that will sabotage relationships, opportunities, jobs, income streams, like all sorts of conundrum will be created. You will be the author of your own chaos when you believe that you don't deserve something. That's a huge, huge element. Feeling like you deserve something is a place where you have to raise up your level of thinking and being to this new level. Like, if you don't normalize your mindset to a higher standard, you will subconsciously revert yourself back to the old identity. And this is why mindset is so important. What you are putting into this computer of yours is the data that this computer is processing. So what you put in is what comes out. And so if you put in all this negative rubbish into your mind, then it's only a matter of time till rubbish comes out. But what if, on the other hand, you start putting in life and abundance and generosity and joy and happiness? Like, these are the things that actually make a difference. And if you're listening to me right now and you're at a place where you are not experiencing what you want in life, then the question becomes, what are you going to do about it? What steps are you going to take to change what is internal? Because here's the thing, psychology teaches us that your brain seeks equilibrium. There has to be equality from what you experience and think in this blueprint in your mind and the surroundings of your life. That has to be equal. So whatever you believe, you have to experience the equal playing field of that imagination or of that belief system. So as such, when you hear about something, you think about something. You think about it, you ultimately talk about it. When you talk about it, you bring about it. That's how you know that the process of your data is working. So let me start with this. What are the words coming out of your mouth? Oh man, I'm such an idiot. Oh, these things never happen for me. Oh, well, of course it didn't work. What did I expect? All of those are words that are indicators that something is amiss. You have a belief system that believes you suck. that you are unqualified, that you are undeserving, that you are not good like those around you. You are not great at those around you, or whatever you want to call it. There's an incongruence amongst what you think you want and what you actually think you are. Does that make sense? So this morning, I want to share with you just real briefly, like some steps that you can take to change the script. You first have to get around the right information. You have to be very intentional about what you're allowing to come into your head. And it can be very simple. It can be the music you listen to. It can be movies that you watch. Like, that's really simple, basic 101. And you may think like, oh, it's just entertainment. It's not a big deal. What is it you're actually listening to? Is it critical? Is it sarcastic? Is it demeaning? Is it horrific? Is it, whatever? Is there a negative quotient to the things that you're listening to? Second, what is the input? Are there some teachers, gurus, people that you trust and believe in that you are allowing to speak in your life on a routine basis? That can be podcasts, that can be YouTube videos, that can be right here on Facebook, where you have somebody speaking into your life consistently. Things that are positive, things that are uplifting, things that are motivating and enriching. Those things for me could be Dean Graziosi. It could be Brendan Burchard. It can be Brene Brown. Then you get to the next level. What are the books that you're reading? The books that you are processing. Like for me, I don't just read a book casually. Like I don't actually read a lot of fiction, mostly nonfiction. And so I'm reading nonfiction books that are encouraging me, uplifting me, and I've got a pen or a highlighter or something, and I am like destroying this book with notes and circles and asterisks. And then anytime I have a little nugget in the book, I go to the front page of that book and I write it down in the page number. Like those are all my highlights. So now when I go to my library later, I can pull that book off the shelf and open up the first page, like just the first cover, and inside the cover, and whatever blank page is there will be all of my notes from reading that book and really engaging in its content. That's how you devour and digest information. These are the ways that work for me, and these are the ways I think could work for you. Furthermore, what's the caliber of people you're spending time with? Like, think about that. The cliche that says the difference between who you are now and who you are in 5 years is found in the people you surround yourself with and the books you read. Like those two things. And so if the caliber of people that you're with, other naysayers, other negative personalities, other people who are maybe self-destructive or low self-worth or not aspirational, not in any way wanting to move forward with their lives, if that's where you stay, then that's where the chickens play. But if you want to soar like the eagles, you got to be around people who are where you want to be. And that sometimes can be intimidating. So that could be feelings of imposter syndrome, like I don't belong. Well, here's the truth. If you get an invitation to a party and these people are a part, you belong. You have to get to a place where your expectations of yourself are higher than where you're currently residing. As long as your goals are elevated, your level of growth will match the elevation. You have to aspire. You have to grow. It is part of our human nature in our evolutionary process to continue moving forward. And so if you've grown stagnant, if you've gotten stuck, if you're not in a place where you have the self-discipline, you don't have the accountability, you don't have the right people, well, then you need to find somebody, find a coach. And yes, I'm a coach, and yes, this would be a great advertisement for me, and you can come work with me. That would be awesome. I would love that. But my point in all of this is not necessarily to be like an advertisement for me. My point is to be an advertisement for you. Who is it that's going to be the best fit to get you from where you are to where you want to be? Go find that person. Go find a mentor. Surround yourself with people that are going to challenge you, that are going to cause you to grow, that are going to call you out on your baloney, and who are going to hold you accountable to dreams, to goals, whether it be physically, whether it be mentally, whether it be spiritually, whether it be relationally. Find the things that are going to help you get to a place to unlock where you are to get to where you want to go. So I started with this. Do you deserve? And I want to tell you, you deserve the best. I don't care what you've done, what you've experienced, what people have done to you, what people have said about you. Like, if anything, let anything that's negative from your past fuel you to say that I am not that person. My identity is not wrapped in what was past. Furthermore, don't wrap your identity in what's to come. Yes, you have aspirations of growth, but don't see in your mind well, I'll be happy when. I'll be happy if. No. Those are like a hamster wheel, because you'll get one thing and then you want another thing and then you want another thing and then you want another thing. In that context of not being happy until today. Today is where I want you to focus. Today is the only day actually yours. That's the acronym, TODAY. The only day actually yours. So do something about it today. What can you do? What can you invest in yourself each and every today that will move you into an awesome, more greater tomorrow? I believe in you. And you deserve awesome, amazing, inspiring, and breathtaking things. If you were to tell me 10 years ago that I would be who I am today, doing what I'm doing today, I'm not so sure I would have believed you. I am a walking testimony of someone who had pride and ego sabotage their marriage, sabotage their business. I went through 3 years of basically a depressed state and self-loathing and just reverting down to my lowest common denominator. And it took me getting coaching. It took me selling my house and moving across the country to go sit under somebody to mentor me for a year. And it changed my life. And that was pretty extreme. But if you're in a place where you're hungry for change and you need something different, then you've got to dig deep and do what it takes to get to where you want to go. And nobody can do that for you. Nobody can grab you by the hand and drag you. These are choices you have to make for yourself to get to that place. And gosh, I'm getting all carried away and I'm getting a little motivational, but let me end with this. You are enough. You are enough. Of whatever thing that's in your heart, you are enough. Don't let the naysayers in your head or in your life say otherwise. So that's my word for you today, is that you deserve awesome things. And so I just wanted to check real quick, and I don't have any comments on here. So if anybody's on here, I don't even know. Like I said, this is an absolute experiment. For all I know, I'm talking to myself and nothing's working. So who knows? But I hope this was beneficial to you. I hope somebody saw this. I hope this did something to somebody's life. If you have any questions about any of this, go ahead and email me, angus@angusnelson.com, or come find me on Facebook and send me an instant message, or on Twitter. That's my word for you today. Hope you have an awesome day. Make it amazing. And know today, as you approach it, that you deserve every great and awesome thing. Cheers.